Hello, and thank you for joining me on this guided inner journey. So, the intention of these collaborative storytellings is to have a conversation with your subconscious mind using some narrative and symbolism and storytelling. And essentially, the only rule is to just go with it. So, there will be some moments in this guided storytelling where your brain is going to be called upon to offer the next part of the story or to have a question answered. And it's really important that whatever pops into your head first, you just go with it. And this is how we ensure that you're having some sort of exchange with your subconscious mind. So it's important not to overthink anything. Also, remembering everybody's imagination is different. So I would also like to encourage you not to ever feel like you're doing something wrong. If you're not getting vivid imagery, or if you're getting something more like sensations and dialogue and whatever comes up for you, just listen to that. For now, I need you to get your body in a comfortable seated or lying position. You don't want your body to be distracting, so you don't want any unnecessary sensory input. So getting nice and comfortable and taking any last minute adjustments you need to get totally comfortable. We'll start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose. Exhaling. Fully in through the nose, expand the rib cage. And let it out. And your last one, inhale all the way, holding at the top for a few seconds, and letting it out. Bring relaxation into your body, scanning your body for any tension. And seeing what you can release, seeing what you can make comfortable using just your mind. And really settle in. We're going to introduce some imagination now. And each one of our visualizations will start in a room of your choosing. So start to construct your mental little clubhouse now. So it can be as small or as large as you like. It can be inside a tree. It can be inside a large mushroom. It can be just your apartment as it is right now. But whatever comes to mind first, just go with that. But inside of your room, as you're constructing it, be sure to leave room for a staircase that goes down. And imagining as if you're actually in the scene, I want you to stand up in your mind and start walking over to this staircase. And the staircase is completely of your own creation. It can be as basic or ornate as you'd like, and start going down this staircase and feeling every sensation that one might feel when they're going down the stairs. The feeling of the railing against your hand. The feeling your legs have as they descend step by step. Feel the temperature of the room. And looking down your staircase, you see a door with sunlight filtering into the room from behind the door. And as you get to the base of your staircase, you're facing the door. You reach out to the door handle, pull it open, and you're met with the visual of a stunning desert. Beautiful skies, sweeping dunes, and in the middle of this expansive desert there is a gorgeous stone structure. However this appears to you, begin crafting this stone structure in the middle of this beautiful desert using your imagination. Whatever comes up first, just go with that. Start walking towards this stone structure through the desert. As you get closer, you start to hear the sounds of workers, hammers and chisels, and all of the sound that a job site in the middle of the desert might sound like. You start to see the workers toiling away at the outside of this stone structure, completely zen in their element. They're not being forced to work. And as you approach the entrance of this stone structure, one of the workers comes up to you and hands you a tool. And looking at you dead in your eyes, this worker asks you, "What are you building with your life?" What are you building with your life? And whatever popped into your brain first when you heard that question, just make a silent note of that. Give the worker a parting nod and start to walk up to the entrance of this beautiful stone structure. And whatever door appears for you, walk through it. And as you walk through it, down at your feet, you notice you're walking through shallow water. And you walk into a great throne room where at the center there's a king. And the entire room is submerged with a few inches of water. The water laps at the walls on either side of the great throne room. Feel the water as you slosh through it and approach the king. The king is the epitome of equanimity. He is completely calm and unmoving, with a pleasant sort of expression on his face. And you get the feeling that you like this king. He's not an abuser of his power. And he gestures benevolently for you to sit. And a stone pillar emerges from the water that enables you to sit in front of the king. And you get the sense that this king has great emotional control. And he says to you, "What feeling have you been trying to control?" The wise king asks you, "What feeling have you been trying to control?" What feeling wishes to be heard? What feeling wishes to be heard? And you sit with the king for a few more moments and take in any wisdom that this figure has for you in this room. When you're ready to leave the wise king, he gestures for you to go through another doorway into a long hall and feel the sensations of air on your skin, the stone under your feet as you walk through this long hall to the door at the end of the hallway that you open and walk through to a lush, vibrant garden. However, this garden appears to you in your mind. It's an open ceiling, so the sun can come down on all of the beautiful flowers and vegetation surrounding you. Completely contrast with the desert outside. And tending to the garden, there's a woman who is the picture of nurturing energy. You feel immediately comfortable and at ease seeing this woman in this garden. She turns to you and smiles sweetly and gestures to a basket that is sitting on the floor of the garden not far from her. And she gives you the indication that this basket is for you. So you walk over to this basket, throw open the lid, and inside there are 3 things that nourish you. What are these things that nourish you? Let them appear in this basket. Alongside these 3 things in the basket, there's a note that asks you, what must be cultivated? What must be cultivated? Now place your answers deep into your mind and walk through the garden, down another stone corridor with a brilliant light glowing at the end. And as you walk down the corridor and emerge into a religious sanctuary, you see beautiful stained glass imagery, statues, and at the top, near the altar, you see an angelic figure standing with a cup in each hand. Water is flowing continuously between each cup. You walk closer to the angel. The angel invites you to place 2 opposing forces in your psyche, 1 in each cup. The first opposing forces you can think of, just go with it. And place 1 in each cup. And watch them mix. What happens to the water flowing between the cups when you place these opposing forces in each? What emerges from the mixture? The angel smiles at you and easily holds your opposing forces in his endless flowing water. No judgment, just a perfect mixture of these 2 things seemingly at odds within your psyche. You spend a few quiet moments with the angel. before he gestures to a staircase just behind the altar, a staircase going down. And as you go down this staircase, you notice with each step you feel more and more relaxed and at ease. With each step, you find deeper and deeper peace within yourself until you get to the bottom of your staircase. And the stairs open up into a room that is perfectly situated for you to have a few moments of complete and utter relaxation. Maybe there's a bed, maybe there's a very comfortable chair, a roaring fire. But you go down into this room and make yourself completely comfortable and at ease. And you're filled with a sensation of having nothing to do. No more lessons to learn. Just complete relaxation for a few moments. You slowly come back to the realm of the waking, out of your relaxation, and you notice beside you there's a nightstand. And on this nightstand there is a gift or an object or a symbol that represents everything you learned today about yourself, the conversation that you had with yourself. You pick up this object and take it with you. Walking through the room to a staircase that leads up to a set of double doors, and you march up this staircase one at a time, with each passing step gaining greater and greater wakefulness, until eventually you get to the door and open it. You're back in the desert. And you walk through the desert back to where you came, back to your comfortable clubhouse, feeling the sensations, looking around you at the beautiful sky, the sand dunes, listening to the workers work on the outside of the stone structure. Not in a rush to get back to your clubhouse. And when you do, you open the door, go back in, and you place your gift, your object, your symbol into an altar or nightstand or cubby of your choosing to remember the lessons learned during this inner journey. And when you're ready, slowly abandoning this imagination, this visualization, and coming back into the room. Deepening your breaths, taking with you this conversation that you had with the part of you that doesn't make it into conscious awareness. And be sure to follow up with some of the questions in the description of this video to reflect on some of the things that came up for you. I thank you for joining me on this guided inner journey, and I hope to see you next week for another one.